Hello there, how you doing? It's Ravie Davie here, the Fresh Prince of Ramon Square, and I am joined with my partner,
Georgia.
and this is episode
43,
and this is...
the 10 Years In podcast.
I already said that, but anyway, it doesn't matter, because this is us doing a back-to-back. This is us doing a Kappa episode where we film it back-to-back, because next week, when this is actually on your TVs or your Spotifys or your YouTubes or whatever it is you listen to this on, we will be in Greece, Rhodes. You listened to the arguments and such last week's episode about it, so we don't need to go into that, but we'll be on holiday right now, chilling by the pool, pina coladas, bikinis, shorts, chilling while you're in your house, and it'll be raining. Shame, but don't worry about it, because you've got the podcast to take your mind off that. You've not just reminded you just there. Now it's time to forget, so let's roll the footage.
So yes, we will be on holiday. Hopefully at that point I've not actually killed David and no called him a selfish bee every point of the day.
So I called myself a selfish bastard on the way to the airport, probably.
Of course, 100%. Why would I know?
I don't know.
Like, honestly. Anyways, thank you for tuning back in. If you are watching for the first time, please subscribe to us. This is nearly our 1 year anniversary. We've nearly, at this point, we'll have been... I've only got a couple of... July will be our 1 year anniversary.
Was it?
And a lot of yous have been tuning in for the beginning. And I love that. David was wrestling in a school today, and he said he's got some of the teachers in the school to listen as well. So if you tune in, welcome, and hopefully you stay.
Kathleen, how you doing?
Is that her name?
That was one of them. It was great. We went to a place, and so I was actually messaged a couple of months ago about coming in and doing a wee talk to the kids from the school, and obviously, me being me, I said, why don't we bring a wrestling ring and I can put on a wee show and do a talk?
Can't believe you said that, no, honestly.
So
Imagine mentioning that.
Games.
You
So
never even say it like that. You should offer that to everybody. I mean, absolutely, like everybody you ever talk to in your life.
Game's the game, not I mean, always advertising king. Anyway, so I said to the teacher to bring a wrestling ring, and she loved the idea of it. So we came in, right? Got there at 7:30 this morning. We're loading the ring in, and you can see the teachers coming in, right? As they're all coming in, you can just tell on their faces like that. What is this shite? No, I mean, this is a primary school. What is this pish? And the school
exactly.
The school is adjacent to Motherwell football stadium for park. So I think the school probably gets inundated with a lot of stuff about wrestling, not I mean football, obviously, all the time. I think that's one of the reasons why the teacher did want me to come in and do a talk, to give them something a bit different. So you just seen it in all the teachers' faces. They're all like, oh, it's this and stuff like that. So I'm obviously hitting them all with the pattern, not I mean, or just being me, just having a laugh, try to get them excited for it before it comes. But as the kids started to come in, the kids didn't think, oh, this looks like a lot of fish. The kids' faces were like, oh my God, what is this? So the word starts to spread about the school, and you can honestly, before the ring was even built, you could hear the excitement through all the corridors and that. It was like getting loud and loud, all the kids talking and stuff like that. It was a big primary school, and it had like tiers. So we've ended up doing the show. It was like 3 mini shows. It was meant to be 3 mini shows, but we ended up getting started a bit later. So it ended up just being 2 mini shows in front of one half of the primary school, and then the same show pretty much in the second half. And the kids were electric. Honestly, I put a post up today. It might have been honestly one of the loudest, if not the loudest crowd I've ever wrestled in front of. And these kids weren't the wrestling fans. There was obviously a couple that liked wrestling. A couple of them came up to me at the end, and they were asking me about Money in the Bank at the weekend, and they were saying this and that, and they were obviously really fans. But most of them were just like buzzing to be out of maths.
Yeah.
Not I mean, or a beautiful way for doing a science or something like that. They were loving it. And we done the shows. Me and Caden were teaming up against another boy for Caden's teenage class, Lewis, and Foreign Fairmite, who's actually from Motherwell. I had to say to him, we've done shows where he's been the hometown hero in Hollytown, he's been the hometown hero in Hammond, because they're all kind of local area. But the first time we wrestled Motherwell, we actually had to be the bad guy of the day because he was against me. So honestly, it was electric. The Waynes loved it. Getting to the talk as well. They talk I really do with primary school kids as well. That obviously, if I go to high school, I'd maybe talk about my background and like how I was in out of trouble and stuff like that. But with kids in primary school, they're not even at the stage where, like, if they've been badly behaved in school, it's because they're making fart noises or they're talking back to their teachers or they're being a bit disruptive. It's no like, you need to watch what you're doing, or this could go down a wrong path kind of thing. Maybe you could like maybe if they're fighting all the time and stuff like that. But even then, it's probably just kids being kids. So I kind of just say to them, like, chase your dreams, don't let anybody ever tell you just can't do it and stuff like that. And the kids loved it, the teachers all loved the message. By the end of it, all the teachers are coming up to me like, I love that, can we book you in for next year, or can we do this, can we do that? And I was like, aye, what I would agree next year we would do is we maybe do it in the afternoon, because I do feel that the teachers probably had quite a hard day having to now contain all these excited children that were honestly, they were up here. Because I made sure to do the wee speech at the start of it, or when you go to school or when you're in the house, your mums and dads will tell you to behave and no be quiet. It's the opposite. I want he's been as loud as you can, and honestly they loved the you fell over, you fell over, cheat. They loved that cheat chant, honestly. They would scream it loud as anything, man. It was so loud, it was unbelievable. And the kids loved it. And like, some of the kids like couldn't handle the loud noises, but the teachers were still trying to, like, no force them, to try and make sure that they could, like, go to the back and watch, because, like, well, these kids, they maybe know about to handle loud noises, but they're wanting to, eventually when they're older, they'll hopefully want to go to quick concerts and go to stuff where they maybe it is a bit loud and you'll need to power through. So maybe when you're in with your peers and you're in the happiness of school, then maybe that can be the start of it.
Yeah.
So there's probably a good chance we're going to probably do this every year at No Top Primary School. I've also offered that I could come in and do the same setup, but every hour it's like a different class comes in. I teach them an hour of wrestling, and also as well, if there is anybody, any teachers out there, or anybody that runs any schools or anything like that would like, because a lot of kids, they ask me to do it, but I tell the kids I can't just come in to,
I can't
just come in and do a wrestling show. I mean, even though I'd love to just rock up the place and go about it, I'm coming to your school to do a wrestling show today. It's not really feasible. Whereas if the teachers were to ask me to come in, then it's something we could do. So if there's any teachers out there, I've done it a few times. I've been to a few schools actually. I've done it with Duncanrig Secondary School in East Kilbride, which has actually now led to me, I'm going to be doing a wrestling show out there on the. So it's actually what a schedule I've got, right? So June, I went for it last year. We done 50 shows, and I said we're going to do less shows, and that probably do 1 or 2 every month. So look, 24 at the most, right? We're doing about 24 shows in June this month. Not even kidding on. I wrestled 5 times that weekend there, right? We've got 5 shows this weekend. So we did the 5 shows this weekend. Me and George go to holiday on the Monday. We go away for 7 days. We come back the following Monday. Then on the Tuesday, a Tuesday of all days, we've got 2 wrestling shows in Duncanrig Secondary School. 1 during the day and then 1 at night time. That's like a ticketed event. So if you're in East Kilbride or Hamilton or Rutherglen or any of the surrounding areas, get your tickets now, because it's going to be a belter of a show. And that's led to, I've been to East Bank Primary. I've been to Quarry Bray. I've been to quite a few primary. I was obviously there today as well. I've been to a few primary schools and high schools, and it's something I'd love to do more. I'd love to go out there and promote the art of wrestling. Let people know that it's not just WWE that's doing wrestling shows. There's wrestling shows right at your front door. Because also getting to go these places, it kind of opens doors for me to run shows in new areas and stuff like that. I've never ran a show in East Kilbride before. Now I'm getting to do that. I've never ran a show in Motherwell before. I've done that today, and now the teachers in the school are telling me that they actually might know some venues for us. And actually, I want to see how much it would cost to rent out No Top Primary School after hours, because that would be an electric show, having people in there, just because I think one at the party was the acoustics of like the way the building was structured. I think it was that loud, but honestly, it was crazy. And I would love to come to your school. It doesn't matter where your school is. If your school's in Tap of Scotland, man, as long as you pay for my petrol in the van and for me to send a couple of wrestlers up, man, we'll be there. Know what I mean? Like George, I know George are sick of it, but there's around, I would do a wrestling show anywhere. A lot of my passion for wrestling is, it's probably quite sickening to other people at times, know what I mean? But I love it that much that I will get a band of people that love it as much as me, and we will come to your school and we'll teach the ways, we'll show the ways of wrestling show, we'll do talks to them, we'll show them how to wrestle. Anything that you want that involves professional wrestling, I'm happy to come to your primary school, your high school, your sports club, anything like that, and we can show you the best form of entertainment in the world, professional wrestling. Amazing. That was a good promo you just cut there. Cheers, mate. That was amazing. So we're just off the back of the Govan Fair, which for us two Govan Nights is a big, massive event in our lives that happens every year. If you're not familiar with the Govan Fair, it is a parade that goes all through the streets of Govan. There's entertainment, there's shows in the park, they crown a queen. And we've been going to it since we've been wee. I used to get a new outfit and everything for it every year. It used to be it's a full occasion. Aye, and now for the past 2 years we've done wrestling shows at it. We've done wrestling shows for the past 2 years. We've been in the parade for the past 3 years. I crowned the queen back in 2019. So the Govan Fair is big, and when I got asked to date in 2019, me and the committee were all really about making it bigger and better. It really used to be a big event, like George said, and it really did die in its arse for a bit. I'm sure everybody in Govan will admit it. And over the past 3 years, people like Katrina, Peter, the Jip, Christopher that runs the PI, myself, Gary Maguire, the people for Glasgow Live, Natalie and all that, we're all trying to make it bigger and better. And I feel like in the last 3-4 years we've actually done that. There's a lot of comments on Friday and like the I Come for Govan page and stuff like that, people buzzing off of the the show, and it's just reminded me of something that I'm actually got to bring to the table. So we done the wrestling show, right? And now obviously the pages I Come for Govan and stuff like that, right? Oh, me and George are talking about them quite a lot.
I've got no idea what he's got to say here, by the way.
Well, I found out people talk about the Govan Fair, and there was one lady that really enjoyed the wrestling.
Really?
Really enjoyed the wrestling. I'm going to show up to the cameras, right? Where is it? So, here it's here, right?
Is
Somebody's
it me?
put up, I Come for Govan. It says, well done to the Govan Fair board. It's definitely getting bigger and better. Great job, well done, right? So here it's here. They just take a wee look at that.
Right.
Then, an older lady, I didn't check her profile and that, but just
Wow.
all the, and I've just cooked this woman here, not me, my apologies, right? But she said it had its good points and done 2 kissing faces. And it is a picture of
Adam,
the wrestler, one of our wrestlers, with his tap off at the show. So obviously Margaret really enjoyed herself at Govan Fair. She's thinking the wrestling has made the Govan Fair better because the wrestlers. Right, she done 2 kissy faces, but she made sure to say that she had a good point in tag her pal and all and send her a picture as well. So there's also making sure that she's... My favourite bit about it is, to be fair, the wee guy in the background who's absolutely picking his brains out, know what I mean? So Margaret enjoyed herself. She had a real good time.
Glad
by big Nick
all
Justice.
Women love Nick Justice.
I know.
Eh?
When he becomes when he's obviously a bad guy wrestling, but if he ever turns into a good guy, he's a male stripper.
100%. So I love the Govan Fair, such a good time. But anyway,
and it's getting bad. My main point there was getting better. Obviously, Margaret loves it because the wrestlers are there. You know what I mean? But obviously, that's
a win.
That's a win. I know what I mean. Hopefully, as the years go on, there's more Margarets that enjoy the wrestling. You know what I mean? And they all they have a great time. But as it's just, I want to we're all big community based. Me and George, I know we call it a company Community Pro Wrestling, no because it's a good marketing thing. It's like because we actually want to be part of the community. That's why we do these things. That's why I go to schools. Like we done a wrestling show in Ibrox Primary School. It was a free show. We didn't. We just went like because we'd done the show the night before. We had the van that we get asked to go along. Done it. We said no problem. Let's go. Wrestlers all enjoyed themselves. Everybody at the show enjoyed themselves, and that's why we went to this primary school on Monday as well. With the because the van was paid for, so we're not losing it money. I wouldn't mind paying about it either. Not I mean, but obviously as a company, it's no the greatest. It's the greatest bit of business to be just spending money to go and do stuff for free. But as long as we're not losing money, which happened on because George's giving me faces because obviously I do a lot of things like where I'll lose his money. But it's all for the love of the game. But Saturday and Sunday it didn't cost us anything because we had the van already paid for the Friday night, so it wasn't it was just a great, good fun day. And honestly, the day I woke up dreading this Monday show just because I was tired, had a long weekend or that, and it ended up being the best show that I've probably done all year. And that all stemmed from just that wouldn't have been able to happen if it wasn't for the Govan Fair as well, for us getting asked to do it. Govan Fair is a big part of our lives, and we continue to hopefully make it bigger and better. And hopefully one day it can be as big as it once was, where the full streets of Govan are lined up and everybody's out to see it.
Yeah, but I want to tell my story. Right, but you've interrupted me twice. So anyways. So, the Govan Fair's on a Friday, right? And on the Thursday, I was sleeping, came down to talk to David. This happened in the last 2 episodes. I've been down the stair talking to David in the middle of the night.
Sleepwalking.
Yeah. So anyway, I came down the stair to find out that David and Caden's ma had been arguing with each other. And we're in a pretty serious argument about the wrestlers having to pick up dog shite for the grass in which the wrestling ring was going to be on. So, last year at the Govan Fair, the show was at the Pearce Institute. Right at the side there's a big grassy bit, and the grass hadn't been cut, and there was dog shite over it, to which David and that had to pick the shite up. So Caden had made a point to say he wasn't going to pick the shite up this year, and David said, well, I just need to chip in. To which Caden's mum texts David to say she'll go down herself and pick the shite up, and Caden wasn't being part of picking the shite up. So David and Michelle end up arguing, all in good banter, by the way. They made up, but it was making me laugh because the next day Caden was about to go out the ring and wrestle. Me, David and one of the other wrestlers and Caden were all standing, and we're saying to Caden, so once you do a move, you need to pick a shite up and throw it on your shoulder. And Caden's like, shut up, right? But Caden bulks at it and it makes him really sick.
Aye.
And you're like, aye, don't trip all that shite and all that on the way out and stuff. And it was just hilarious that he was like taking it so serious.
So, but my big thing about it, right, it's a life lesson, to be fair, right? But Caden was about to have a big day, right? He's won the tournament and all that, got to go in and win it, right? So straight away, people are going to be moaning about that. Wrestling's a bit a jealous word, and that. Nobody will admit it. No, I mean, people want to see you do good, right? But don't want to see you better than you. So Caden's already winning this tournament, right? And then his ma, who's got a sore back, is going to come down and pick up the shite so that Caden doesn't need to do it. No, I mean, imagine how that's going to come across. Imagine you're at your work night out or something like that. No, I mean, and there's something that none of you want to do, but you need to do before it. And then one of the guys are getting out of it because they've sent their ma out to do it. You'd all be fuming. You'd all be raging. So I'm trying to teach Caden life lessons, and obviously as well, touch wood, not to be, obviously, I hope it never ever happens, but your ma's not always going to be here, your man and dad's not always going to be there to do stuff
right,
for you.
This is taking a turn.
No, but I'm trying to...
picking up shite, people dying.
No, I'm not saying that though, but I'm just saying, like, you can't always rely on your mate to like phone up and say to you, I'm not doing that. No, I mean, you need to get up and like,
pick shite up yourself.
You did, but no, I mean, but even that again, my main point was, don't worry about stuff that's out with your control. Because guess what ended up happening, guys, right? The Friday the grass wasn't cut, right? I had an emergency plea. The Govan Gardeners and KBS Grass Cutting, shout out to both of them because they went and finished all their jobs on Friday. I thought, I know, right, they're like, we get 2 girls today and then we're done. I'm like, these guys aren't going to get here at like 2 o'clock and that's when I'm done. So I just kind of said, whoever gets there first does it, not I mean, right? And they both go there at the same time, and instead I've been like, I'm going like, I'll just leave a job to you, right? Like, they're all like, this is for the veins of Govan.
Yeah.
Let's get it done together, boys. Know what I mean? And they all chipped in, smashed it, and there was no shite to pick up, so they were all there's nothing to worry about. There's no shite getting picked up anyway, nothing to worry about. But then because Caden's been over dramatising this for the last couple of weeks, so that's what I'm saying. Michelle said that Caden never told her to text, and I believe that, right? But I also believe that Caden earlier a couple of weeks before it was going, oh mum,
need to pick up a
I think
shite.
we're going to need to pick up shite at the Govan Fair. I'll be sick. No, I mean, I'll not be able to do this, mum. I'll not be able to do it. And then obviously his ma, who's got a sore back, and she's not, I mean, nobody goes many shows, not because she's hurt herself, not I mean, who obviously loves coming to all the shows, Caden's going to let his ma come down and do that because he doesn't want to pick up. No, it's not happening, not I mean, I'm standing in. You don't realise it, Michelle, I'm sticking up for you here, no, for fuck's sake. And then me and Michelle had a wee talk next day. I was like, look, sticking up, making sure he's alright or not, he doesn't realise it. But somebody needs to give them tough love, not I mean, somebody needs to like, and luckily he does look up to me and he does listen to what I'm saying, because then I can be like, no, you need to do this and you need to do that. And it's no, obviously I'm very soft with Bo, not I mean, because he's my way. So sometimes I'm hoping that there's a male role model out there that maybe is a bit more fucking like, you fucking need this, you need to do that. Because sometimes you're just softer with your own wins. Was that with Caden? I'm like, no, mate, you're picking up the shit.
So Caden had a very important job in the Govan Fair, which was to carry this. What is it?
So the full story is, right, I get phoned, right, off the woman Katrina that runs it, and she's like, got a very important role and we're wondering if you'd be up for doing it. The boy Mark isn't doing it this year, he does it all the time. He's like, would you like to carry the Ramsey? And I was like, Katrina, I would love to do that, very honoured, but you want me to walk in the fair with all the weddings and stuff like that. It's a big important job, that's me. I need to make sure they're all right and stuff like that, and most of them will be even coming just to like, walk in the parade with me, you know what I mean? I can't be up at the front, you know what I mean? I was like, but I've got a great idea for it. I've got somebody who could definitely do it. And I was like, Caden, she's like, great idea, but would you be able to walk it on? And no, it's not being cheeky, Caden, but I remember the first Govan Fair we done with him, he was dreading it, didn't want to walk the thing.
Couldn't walk.
He did manage to do it all, but he was complaining the full time. And then the second year, he still didn't want to do it, but he done it this time and there was less complaining. So we knew the involvement he's evolved from no idea at all, not being able to really struggling, to then doing it with no as much complaints, to then this year he was at the front of the Govan Fair, leading the procession, carrying this big ram seed that's
What
over
is explain what the ram seed
It's
is.
like a big ram seed. So basically, the Govan Fair actually happened. It's like a thing because years ago, Govan actually used to be an affluent area. I know, funny fuck man, mental right, a rich area in Govan. And when there was something to do with taxes or something, basically they all went to the rich people's houses, cut off their ram's heads, their sheeps and their ram's head, and carried them through the streets of Govan. And then that was symbolic of the Govan Fair.
Right.
So that's why now the person that leads the Govan Fair carries the ram seed, and that was Caden's job. And at some point, and obviously I was saying to him through it, I agreed to help him, and halfway through I offered to tag in. He's like, no, I'm carrying this the full way. So I was proud of him. He'd done a 2-mile walk, carrying a big ram seed. It was over an hour walk with the slopes and stuff like that, and he absolutely smashed it. And stuff like that is like the things that I'm more proud of. I mean, obviously great all the stuff he does in wrestling, but see all these wee goals that he doesn't even realise are wee goals. You know what I mean? It's a boy that didn't want to walk for his house to the wrestling school at one point. Not I mean, now he's doing big massive walks. Well, like, the best ever. Everybody's people shouting and recognising like all the. That's what I say. Well, do you know who Caden's #1 fan base is? It's like Moz. Like no, not like that. All the Moz fans. It was nothing like that. It's just like all the Moz just like see him and they just like see his story. They just like. I wish my Wayne was like that, know what I mean? Yeah. He's such a good wee guy, he's got a heart of gold. He might answer me back and be cheeky, but that's me. He's like, he's not like to get people on the street. He knows me, know what I mean? Because I'd cheeky at him and all, no, he knows he just does it because he's a cheeky bastard, and like I'd give him a lot and he ends up giving it back. But like he's like just a good wee guy, and all the parents and that, the Moz and that, see that and they just radiate with him. That's what I said to him. I was like, he's like, that's what I said to him. I said that to him, he's like, he came up to me and he's like, maybe you said like, I'm my biggest fan base of Moz. He's like, you should have seen it in the Govan Fair at the Fairfield Club after the walk. No, he's like, they were all coming up to me.
Oh, I'm so proud of him though. It's actually like, it's how amazing how to watch the progress in the last few years.
Yeah, honestly,
of being like absolutely knackered for walking in that parade to leading the full, being at front and centre, leading that parade with hundreds of people watching him.
One time I was like, how are you feeling? And he's like, emotional.
And I was emotional watching him.
I know, it was brilliant, man.
It was so cool. So proud of him.
And that's what everybody's telling me. Like, it's time to move, hand there your King of Govan crown, know what I mean? Like, Caden crossing the King of Govan, which I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed, that's like one of the reasons I'm help build him up, because I want him to be a star that can help with the wrestling, and like all the work I do is hard work, know what I mean? Carrying a full wrestling company and scene on your back, so I hope he is the next King of Govan.
Yeah.
Because then he can do all the promotional side with
that's like how good leaders work, because you need to be like happy to see other people progress. Like a lot of, it's like you see it in management and stuff like that, they want their staff to be good but no better, whereas what you should be doing is like bringing people up to a point where they're ready to move on. So like he's ready to step up.
The way I see it is, I want everybody to get better than me, so then that the next people can go, instead of going like, oh, you get to my level or a bit, you like, look, you actually, if you come train with me, go, well, I'll make you the biggest star I can make you. I'll make you, I'll try and get you better than me. Cause that is the goal, to make people better. Like, to teach them everything I know, and then hopefully as well they learn stuff off other people and they get better than me because of all that. Know what I mean?
Exactly.
I give them the opportunities. I give them the pen and paper, and then tell them what to write down, but write it down in your style, and hopefully it makes you better than me.
Exactly. Same way in my team right now. A couple of my team are going through different exams and stuff like that. And although I'd be gutted to lose them, like to see people move on and be better and doing better for themselves is just can't be beaten.
You cannot. That's what I'm saying. I've said that in the school, that primary school the day before. I'm living my dreams right now, but I'm also helping other people live out their dreams, and it's better seeing people live their dreams. Like seeing Caden win the King of the Scheme at the weekend, see Foreign wrestle Caleb, the guy that he told me in his first day that he wanted to wrestle in the school in front of all his friends and family, seeing the big strong man go for the most hated wrestler in Scottish wrestling, the most popular babyface in CPW, seeing all these, see Big Ross going for somebody that was doing security in ICW to being the heavyweight champion and never been pinned in CP. All these things, making people's dreams come true, is much better than doing anything that getting to live out in my dream.
Yeah.
Like, if I sign for the WWE tomorrow, I still feel like I'll probably have a better feeling than some of the things that have happened with my pals, seeing them happy.
And what they've achieved. I agree. It's like a lot of people probably when they're watching wrestling don't realise there's so much that part of it in the background. But then when they're real loyal fans and they come along with it and they see the story changes and that, they get so invested as well. Do you get a wee tear in your eye?
No, I'm just
Your eyes are a wee bit.
Trying to stop myself from yawning because I'm
All right. I thought your eyes were all glary there because you all got great. So then Govan Fair was a success and we done a show in Ibrox Primary School at their gala day, right? So I'm bringing this up because I'd done something that really cringed me the fuck out on Saturday to the point where I was having to go away and storm myself and be like, you're all right. So on Saturday, David and that had already got to... He's like, this is pathetic, right? But I couldn't get out of it. I had to go home for there and sit myself for 5 minutes because I actually cringed myself out that much. So on Saturday, David and that were already at Ibrox and I was coming with his clays, all the flyers, blah, blah, blah. I had all this stuff with me. So anyway, we get to the front of the gate and the teachers at the front says it's £1 each. And I was like, oh, that's fine. No, in fact, we get to the front of the gate and I says, oh, hi, how are you? We're just here with the wrestling. And she says, no, that's fine. It's £1 each. And I was like, that's fine. So I put all these bags down to find my purse to get the £2 out. And I was getting the £2 out of bag and she was like, listen, they're not ready for you yet, but once they're ready, we'll shout them in. And I said, oh, it's my company. Right, to the point where she got absolutely fucking mortified. And she was like, oh, you don't need to pay £2. If your company, you don't need to pay it. It's fine. I was like, no, I'm fine to pay. Hut up, you're ready, right? So then she was like, oh, you just go through that gate and go across there and the wrestling ring's in there. So I was like, that's fine, right? So I got mortified. And Bo was like, Mum, see when you were in your bag trying to find that stuff, the woman made a face. And I was like, I'm never saying that to anybody. I didn't ask him, so I was pure ready.
What do you think the face was like?
She must have been like, cheeky bastard.
When you said your company?
Aye.
Was it
guess
cheeky?
so.
Is your company has not been cheeky? Like?
No, I know, but it was as if, like, why charging me? She must have thought, why charging me £2? When it wasn't that, I'm happy to contribute. Obviously, we're there.
Technically no, but you shouldn't be offending them. We've given them a free wrestling show, you know what I mean? That's us. We shouldn't need to pay to get into the place that we're putting a show on.
Obviously, the woman didn't know though. So she's not
fair enough, I get that, but obviously. And
then when she's been like, oh, they're not ready for you, as if like you can't go out there, that's why I've
contribution is the fact that other people will be paying their £2 and then they'll be going and buying cakes, juice, the stalls and stuff like that, you know what I mean? That's like our contribution.
Aye, but oh wow, it was, I don't know if anybody else ever gets this, right, but we'd see when you quite a nervous person, you get really embarrassed. I then replay it in my mind all day where I'm really cringed at myself and like, why did I say that? But I think I maybe was just a bit tired because when I woke up on Sunday, I was like, I can't even care about that anymore. As if it never even happened. But I was cringed all day about it on Saturday. So I don't know if if things are maybe bigger in your head when you're a wee bit tired.
Definitely a bit bigger. It's just, you just dated that fact. There's no need you to cat. It's fucking my company. I'm getting in. You just said I own the wrestling company, which you do. I'm providing you with an entertainment service. Yeah,
but anyway, it was just a really small thing that I made it really big in my head, and it was just, making a mountain out of a molehill. Is that what you say? But the wrestling in Ibrox was amazing. It's always.
I think all the wrestlers must have been shouting about the guy the week before. Not I mean, like,
yeah,
so we had quite a good show that week. Not I mean.
They had brilliant, and it was you're right. Big Oakster hanging out.
Do you know that's a Scottish word?
Is it?
Oakster, it's literally only a Scottish word. It's no, like, if you say Oakster anywhere else, we know what you're talking about.
It's quite an ugly word though, isn't it?
Armpit, no, Oakster's class. Your armpit. Pits of your arm. Oakster's well better, you'll be okay.
But yeah, Ibrox were a really good show. My sister has been to a couple of shows lately. And then she walked in the Govan Fairways as well, and she's getting so invested in wrestling. She knows all the wrestlers. She's starting to click onto storylines now, and I'm like, it's amazing to see that we've no forced you and you've came along yourself.
Because wrestling's class, people just need to get a chance.
Yeah, 100%.
Watch the wrestling. Stick on Netflix, Raw, one night. Watch Money in the Bank for. In fact, don't go to YouTube and watch WWE Worlds Collide and watch Mr. Iguana, the man.
I actually don't think that people would get into wrestling that much. I think it's because ours is like a kind of Scottish-based thing. It's kind of got something for everybody. I think that's maybe why when they come to us, it's like, it's funny. First you're in a bit of a shock and thinking, what the fuck's going on here? And then you think, this is quite funny. And then the wrestlers have got a bit of Scottish slang, where I think that's where people sort of start to join in. People can relate to other people, they know the jokes. Whereas I think in WWE, it's maybe no Like, I think in youth wrestling as well, seeing it in real life is something completely different than seeing it on telly. The matches and that in WWE and all are a bit, I don't know, it's a bit performance. Whereas I think for yous are very, I don't know, yous are out there.
Try to mess with my food review bags. Now she's messing with my try to get a WWE bag.
What did you invite me to this podcast for, honestly? I must have meant to sit here and talk crap, just lie.
No, imagine, but WWE, we love you. Sign my man.
I was trying to put yous over.
Fair.
I don't like any of it. Honestly, I'm being completely
Think
honest.
it's all shite.
What? That's all a fucking lot of shite. One lot of shite's caused me nothing but stress, tears and worry over the past few years. Honestly.
How? Tears?
What? I'm scared. What do you want me to say?
Well, it's leading to good things, man.
Oh, aye. Fucking leading me to an early grave.
No. Leading
Right.
to is even more stress.
Exactly. But anyway, something that we're going to do that's no wrestling related.
Football related, but
No. Oh.
we'll just do this in a minute before we get it right. So, before Georgia rudely interrupts that she was actually bringing up. Georgia last week, 2 weeks ago when you're listening, got a new car, and it was by Cinch. And to celebrate that, I thought I would ask her the 12 football teams in the Cinch Premiership. To be fair, I don't actually know where this has came from. I think this is maybe where I got the idea from, because that's where she got a motive. But she brought it up, she's like, remember you're going to ask me the 12 football teams. So I actually think she studied this, to be fair. I'm not happy if she is. Right, go name me the 12 football teams, and I'll give you get bonus points if you can name the 2 that have got promoted as well this year. That are getting
Is
promoted.
it Scotland?
Aye, Scotland, obviously. So it's 12 teams, but there's an extra 2 you can get extra points for that are getting promoted this year.
I've got no got a clue. I know something, obviously, so I'll tell you what I know. Right. Celtic, Hill. Rangers.
What'd you say for them?
Boo.
Cut his raging.
Hearts, Aberdeen, Hibs, Dundee United, Kilmarnock. This is where it all goes downhill, guys. The only reason I know them is because a lot of people in my work actually support their teams.
Right.
Right.
3 minutes. No.
There's a one in the tip of my tongue, but I
Former.
don't know if this is right. I
Right.
just remember Rangers playing these people before, but I don't know what division this was in. Ross County.
Ross County, you get aye.
Really?
Aye.
Right, okay. Livingston.
So that's one of the teams that are getting promoted this year to the Premiership, so I'll guess that's your bonus point. You've got
Right, no, is there somewhere in there? No.
I mean, no in the Premiership.
Partick Thistle?
No, that's a championship team. So you get 3 minutes to get.
I'm all out, I think.
Right, I'll give you a clue, right?
Right.
One's in Paisley.
Right.
I've mentioned one of them on this podcast, the 2 recordings. This podcast, I've mentioned one of them, one of the football teams.
Really?
Aye.
Oh, Motherwell.
No, she's dead. I got that one, so you get 2 more.
Wow.
And then the team, right, the other one, the team's for Perth, right, but that's nothing to do with the football team. But if you get the one for Paisley, their name's linked to the other team's name.
See if I get one for Paisley, will you buy me dinner?
I'll buy a Paisley Pico.
Don't know.
Yes. Paisley. Think of Paisley.
Johnston.
No. Football team for Paisley. Our law supports them.
I don't remember. Was it round me?
What happens if you're a very good person and you die? What do the Catholics do to you? They make you a wit.
I don't know. What is it?
St Mirren.
Oh, aye. Oh, I should have known
And
that.
then the other one, you actually just said the place, but you need to put Saint in front of it.
St Johnston.
Aye.
Whoa, that wasn't as bad.
What?
That wasn't as bad as I thought.
I know, that was actually quite good.
The only reason I knew Hibs was because I was in a team meeting the other day and they were talking about Hibs, because I think it's somebody called Stephen being promoted to a manager in Dundee or something.
Stephen Presley.
Aye, right, so we're
Being
talking about him.
Aye.
But they were talking about
Big
him.
Elvis.
Aye. So, and I was just sitting there like, not got a clue. What
Right,
MD's got
who
me
won? Right, so the last one, who won the championship, right? And you've been to this place before. It's a tune in Scotland. It's quite a popular tune.
What do you mean?
But you've been to this place to
Hamilton?
visit. No. You've been to this place to visit. No, the actual place. It's a big wider area.
Oh, I don't know.
I think a place in Scotland. It's near Edinburgh, isn't it?
Don't know.
Falkirk.
Oh, aye. Shite.
That's just had a good team this year.
Really?
They'll stay up. I think Falkirk will get top 6 this season.
Really?
Aye.
So are they in the same league
They've
now?
just been promoted.
Really?
They won the league.
Wow.
And then they actually won so they won the league one last year. They won it, went to the championship, and then they won that league, and then they're up to the Premiership.
That's amazing.
I know. The biggest thing I always remember about Falkirk was when they get scalped 8-2 Rangers one time. I was at 8-1, and I could just hear because obviously we stay in Govan. So obviously my thing for like when Rangers, before I had my phone on, I would be able to tell the Rangers score is because I would hear the
Aye.
oh, you bastards. You know what I mean? And one day, honestly, they were against Falkirk, and honestly, every 2 seconds, you just heard, hey! I was like, these cunts must be getting scalped, man. It must be. And you checked, and it was 8-1. You're like, fucking hell, man, that was ridiculous. Honestly.
I can remember that as well. I feel like you can pure hear Ibrox
You
for
can
our
still hear it
house.
now, to be fair,
Aye.
but my house, you could hear it.
Aye, you're closer, obviously. Well, you were
Aye.
closer before you
loud.
moved around.
Before I get shackled and
No,
before I get held down by the man. Before I got my wings chopped.
I think I did pretty well there
Aye,
for
you
not
did.
being into football.
I thought you were talking about chopping my wings off, man. I was like, you did, man. You got me fucking.
You still got to buy me some food.
Aye.
Right, go buy me.
McDonald's.
I know, by the way, I've got the ick about Chinese these days. We got a Chinese on Friday from Yeeman. It was nothing wrong with the actual food, but I just think
Luckily, you man don't want to work with me.
I'm saying nothing.
In fact, I tell you what, right, I'm not going to name the place, right? But I had in the Plaza Road West, right? I was at Postal and Flower, right? And 2 of my trainees went in and posted a place, right? And the woman said, you can put your poster up there on the window. So the window only had the circus poster on, so the boys had just assumed that she's meant to take that one down and fling it away and put the other one up. So they've done that, and then the woman started shouting at the boys, like, what are you fucking doing? No, that. We didn't take that poster down. The boys have come out and shot themselves and told me, so I just went up like, cat, take my poster back, please. She's like, I fucking binned it. I was like, what do you mean? You're like, that's what they done to that one. I was like, well, they assumed that you hinged and all that. And she's like, well, they fucking should. I was like, well, see, to be honest then, the 2 16-year-old boys, they're out helping me work, know what I mean? Maybe don't know the best. I was like, I think you could maybe speak to them a bit better, know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she just kept being cheap. I was like, you know what? Just walked out. She was like, cool, boom, phone it. What's happening to it's Ravie Davie at the Fresh Business of Roy Square. Don't go to this shop because the 2 workers in it are cheeky cows, man. Fuck's sake. Didn't post it, obviously, no, man, but I was like, but they're going to be sitting thinking all day long, looking at my TikTok and all that. What the fuck? Oh, shit. It just shows you, but because, you know, she was sitting saying they'd been cheeky. Well, if I didn't do anything, I just asked for my poster back, you know what I mean? And she
Yeah.
would been cheeky to me, so practice what you preach in. Know what I mean?
There you go.
Fuck's sake, don't tell the boys not to be cheeky, but then you be cheeky at me for just asking
Yeah.
for my poster back at the end of the day.
Wow. So I just feel like I had a realisation of the past 3 episodes I've been moaning about food.
Aye. Greedy bitch.
You can say that again. Yeah, I'm not what to talk about food then, on you go.
No, what was it you want to say? What, you had something you wanted to do before the
I
food,
don't
then, but you wanted to do something.
What was I got to talk about?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we've got to talk about the fact that me and David are going to have our own Bongos Bingo.
Oh, aye, class.
Not Bongos Bingo though, Geo and
It's
Ravie's.
it's called
Ravie.
Ravie Davie and George. It's called Ravie and George's Raven Bingo.
Yeah. On Saturday, the 9th of August,
Get your tickets now.
we have hired a professional bingo caller.
We're also going to be breaking the news. We just actually need to break the news to Cutter, so I hope he's available on the 9th of August. But actually, before it, we're planning on doing for the VIPs, for the VIP tickets, a live show in the Fairfield Club of the 10 Years In podcast.
He's like, you've been serious.
Well, if Cutter's can't be there, obviously we'll just do a live Q&A thing. But it'd be good to get it recorded. No,
Curtis can't come, send Becca. So I've got no idea how that's got to go. But however, for the bingo, we've got plans.
The way the bingo is going to go right is going to be rocking out with your cock out and hanging out with your wang out. It's going to be dick out mental or tits out mental.
Yeah.
However you are today, yee-haw, swing your bra. In fact, ladies, don't even bring a bra. Take it off, leave it in the house, let your tits fucking hang out.
Free.
Aye.
Do your boobs hang low? Do they
Double dribble
wobble
like
to-
a pro.
Double dribble. Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow? Can you throw them over your shoulder like a something boulder?
An over boulder holder.
Do your boobs
An over shoulder
hang
boulder holder.
low? So yes,
Pleasure,
Saturday the 9th of August. We've not got as far as a poster or anything yet. But
We've actually also
thought-
got a wrestling show that day as well.
Have we?
Aye, in Balmallock, it's like a daytime gala day.
Oh guys, I can't. Aye, but anyway, so I'm looking forward to it.
So I can't wait.
We've got a lot of fun ideas, a lot of
Great ideas. Kirsty will get her involved. She'll have some games.
Yeah, there'll be a bit of different side to us.
Something different. No, I mean, after the psychic night, I feel like we're not just wrestling promoters, we're events promoters. We need to think of different ways to get you, because we've got a lot of people that follow us on social media, and maybe not all of them are into wrestling, and we get that. We shouldn't force wrestling, probably, but we want to find something that you can all enjoy. That no, maybe the ones that don't like the wrestling, but don't want to. They can just stick to that, and maybe the ones that want to come see us do different things. Psychic nights, bingo. Might do a male strippers night. No, I was involved, not I mean, but I might know a couple of guys.
Well, Michelle for the Govan Fair knows what she likes anyway.
Aye, she'll be there. She'll get VIP tickets.
To see Big Nick Justice.
pound
And his
pound
pose
notes.
gear.
The £100 notes, crisp.
So, hopefully by the time this comes out, we'll have already announced it so that
No, we're going to him to announce it now. I'm going to make sure we do that.
we've not got a poster yet, have we?
No, we're just going to announce it on TikTok and then we'll get a poster made.
Right, okay. There you go.
Love it.
Job done.
Job done. I'll actually message you down and he'll be at
You're not
training.
doing that right now, just put that phone down.
Fair.
Courtesy annoying you. But guys, so I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait.
Me too. I'm having I think I'm going to tan a couple of drinks before it. So get into
You can tan your ass before it if you want.
No, you're alright, thank you. That's something you definitely don't need to do.
Check out the nails.
What?
Set out the nails.
And these are like last time at the psychic night, the Venoms were very popular.
Aye, I would
We
need
need
to
to
tell make up jugs and all that. And
We need to
fucking
get the bar.
shot girls. Shut.
Shut.
The syringes and all that, just going and putting them in people's mouths.
I can imagine it being like, when I shut my eyes and vision it, it's like Magaluf
Aye.
strip. That's what I'm
Aye.
imagining.
We'll get Nick Justice from the syringes like that, feeding the woman like that.
I don't think you'll be into that, come on. So I'm imagining it like Magaluf strip where everybody's jumping over the top of each other.
Aye.
And
Shut.
They're not
Probably
allowed
get
to
a couple
dance on the
of
tables though, because we broke a couple of tables in
balls. That's
the
what I was
club
like, I
before.
say, I can imagine we'll get a couple of balls for like tables and chairs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
so we'll not be doing that.
we'll
But,
just put out extra deposit one for you betting them, because let's be
Aye.
honest, that's what
but if anybody's got pure wild ideas of things that we could do, then
let us know.
aye.
Can't we be able to do a slip and slide?
What?
A slip and
No.
slide?
Remember that time you and 50 done the Bams to the Slaughter and you covered each other in paint after it, and we got a
actually,
bill
we
for
get
that and
battered
all?
for the Fairfield Club and all.
Aye.
The old guys were not happy, and the church next door weren't happy either.
Yeah. So we don't want to do anything that's like, includes like throwing food or that. Nothing like that, but more like just fun, interactive games. Aye. Can't wait.
I'm buzzing.
Me too. But anyways, I'm getting real hungry. This is the second episode we've done.
So, that is finished. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I'm all out.
She's all out, I'm all in.
I'm just got to check, see if I've got anything on my notes, guys.
No, she's looking at her balls.
Oh, this is what I wanted to say. Right, so just thought of something. What is that mad face all about?
So you were doing?
I never done.
Good.
Right, on Saturday at the show in Ibrox. So David has got this thing that when he does his entrance in wrestling, he'll make his rhyme up and it's related to the area that he's in. So normally it's in Govan, it's all about yous are my people, yous are my family, blah, 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 blah. On Saturday, I actually had to write it in my notes because I couldn't believe he was saying this at a gala day. It was, on this mic, I'm sweating out my box, make some noise, Ibrox. and he kept repeating it, and the wee wines were like, yes! And I was like,
The day was 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, make some noise now to primary.
did you think of that before you go up?
No,
Did it
I think
just come
that
out?
when I'm saying shouting's going on like shit. I've
What
not
comes
thought of a
next?
rhyme, aye.
You're actually so talented at making up lyrical rhymes.
Cheers.
Honestly, it's such a cute aspect of you. But on this mic, I'm sweating at my box. Make some noise.
Wait, what is it?
Hi, Brooks.
We'll be here from morning until dark. Make some noise. Morris Park.
Honestly, you're so talented.
I know, man.
Can't wait to see what you do in the future. But anyways, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this episode. We'll be probably arguing somewhere in Greece right now.
I know, I'll be kicking back with my balls up when it's on loungers, man, fucking relaxing,
I'll
maxing.
probably be in the pool with Bo.
Going to use a
like
wee bit of
prune.
Adonis on me, man. Like that. Squish, squish. Oh. Sizzle. Come back my wrestler. Give all the wrestlers out of trouble for no tanning. I was like, we can't all be pasty and white. But I go to holidays usually and get a wee tan, but I didn't go on holiday last year, so I didn't really have one. So I'll be topping mines up, not lasting the year. Got a wee tan for the flying and the wee warm weather we had there.
Nice. Well, thank you all. If you've not subscribed, get subscribing.
Or
Follow
else you'll get
artists
fucking
on
chipped.
Studio 23, Renfrewshire. Love yous all.